Happy to have you back with me this Monday, just in case you missed it by some slim chance. Not this coming Monday or the next Monday, but the Monday after that will be Christmas Day. That's how close we are. Yes, it's just the 4th, but we're 3 weeks away from Christmas being on the downhill side. A lot to do, hopefully, between now and then. And of course, that will include Sagersville's hometown Christmas celebration and parade, which again, as it was postponed from this Friday or Saturday, my apologies, is now set for this coming Saturday at 6 o'clock, same time, same everything else. And I'll be reminding you of that through the week. And we'll be watching the forecast, which looks to be cooperating more so than last. Certainly warm shower chances are in there, but we're several days out, so we'll wait and see how that fares. Several arrests to pass along to you tonight, and other cases involving shoplifting at the same time, trafficking in fentanyl, another knife attack involving someone who had their throat slit, and as well a father who told authorities why he shot up his son with what appears to be a .30-30. And a lot of other news and information, a lot of important announcements as well here locally. We'll get to those in just a few moments. Before we do talk about McGoffin and Johnson County headlines, a 40-year-old woman by the name of Martha Susan Staten of Owingsville was pronounced dead after a car crash in Rowan County. She died late last night. The coroner's office confirms it was around 6 o'clock, a single vehicle accident. This was on the interstate I-64. And she was driving a Chevy van, and she was traveling westbound. She lost control of the vehicle. It left the roadway. She struck a guardrail and then left the roadway completely and hit a tree or a number of trees. No one else was inside the van. No other vehicles were involved. She was pronounced dead at the St. Clair Healthcare Facility just before 11 o'clock last night. The U.S. Attorney's Office, United States Attorney Carlton Scheer, announced today that the federal government has reached an agreement with the Big Sandy Regional Jail Authority, which operates the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, to ensure, it says, or he says, that people with opioid use disorder, OUD for short, receive medically appropriate treatment with any FDA-approved medication for OUD, opioid, again, use disorder, as required by the Americans with Disabilities Act, which prohibits state and local governments from discriminating against individuals with disabilities and protects people in recovery from OUD, including individuals who are taking OUD medication at the direction of a medical provider. The settlement agreement requires BSRDC to revise its policies to provide access to all 3 forms of FDA-approved medications to people with OUD and ensure that decisions about treatment are based on an individualized determination by qualified medical personnel. Specifically, the jail will medically evaluate all individuals for OUD at the start of their incarceration. It will ensure that individuals who are receiving OUD medication from a licensed treatment provider before they were incarcerated will get that medication once they are placed in jail, and the jail will also offer all individuals with OUD booked into the jail the option to receive treatment with any FDA-approved medically appropriate OUD medication, even if they were not being treated with that medication before their incarceration. This matter was handled by the U.S. Assistant Attorney Carrie Pond as part of an ongoing effort, they say, by the Justice Department to combat the opioid epidemic, including by eliminating discriminatory barriers to treatment for OUD. Well, I have an update on the Ivy Point Hill project, and as of right now, in speaking with our friends at the Department of Transportation here in Kentucky, H.B. Elkins, responding back to Heather today, subject to change, subject to weather, and I'm sure a lot of other factors, sometime during the next couple of weeks from today, the plan is to move the new route, rather, to pave the new route with a base coat of asphalt and switch the new traffic alignment, and it will stay there throughout the winter months on the new traffic alignment, and then a finishing layer of asphalt will be placed next spring, full paving taking place next year. So if all goes on as scheduled, the Ivy Point Hill switch will take place possibly in a couple of weeks. I'll keep you up to date. More news in a moment.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. Get the right fit, the right tread, and the reliability you need for whatever you're rolling in at Conley Tire, where right now through October the 31st, get a $100 rebate on Generals, $120 on Kumos, and go to conleytire.net to find other special offers on the biggest names, plus brakes, oil changes, and computer diagnostics, all with 6 months no interest at Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
Platinum Award-winning singer-songwriter Chris Jansen is coming to the MAC, and he'll be playing hits such as Buy Me a Boat.
But it can buy me a boat. It can buy me a truck to pull it.
Fix a Drink.
But I can fix a drink.
And one of his most recent hits, Good Vibes.
I'm getting them good vibes. I'm living this good life.
Get your tickets now. Call 1-888-MAC-ARTS, stop by the People's Bank box office, or visit macarts.com.
I got me a full cup.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Next, arrest that have taken place since I saw you last, beginning with a shoplifter who was, according to authorities in Johnson County, also accused of trafficking in fentanyl. First, going back to late last week, a Paintsville woman, 36-year-old Alicia Ralph, was arrested by the Paintsville PD, charged with public intoxication of drugs, disorderly conduct in the second, trafficking in a controlled substance first offense, that being carfentanil or fentanyl derivatives, and possession of drug paraphernalia after 911 call came from the Walmart saying that they were watching a female stealing from the store at that time and at that moment. When authorities arrived there, the female appeared to be under the influence. She could barely keep her eyes open, had trouble talking, and once asking her to turn around and put her hands on her back, she became very irate and combative, screaming, cussing in front of customers and at authorities. And after arrest, she was found with a quantity of a brown and gray tinted powder substance in a clear Ziploc bag, testing positive on the scene for fentanyl. A needle was also found to be in her possession, and about $106 in stolen merchandise. And she again became combative with authorities after being taken from the scene. William Price, 46, of Van Leer, was arrested by the Paintsville Police Department. This on yesterday afternoon, actually being arrested late last night after an incident that took place yesterday afternoon, charged with assault in the first degree. Officer Justin Jackson with Paintsville PD says that Price contacted a woman and made lewd comments about his intentions with her, and her husband responded and asked him to not talk to his wife in that manner, to which Price reportedly threatened the male, and apparently the defendant was actually pulling into a parking spot at the Walmart in Paintsville a short time later, and just as soon as he did, Price got out of his truck, yelled at him, and when the two came to face, Price reportedly took out a knife and cut the victim's throat. Authorities describing it as a 7 to 8 inch in length wound on the victim's throat. Price was arrested several hours later that night after the investigation immediately began. Here in McGoffin County last Friday night in Dixie, actually, authorities tried to make a traffic stop. Officer Donovan Watson, with the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department for a traffic violation, but the vehicle continued on across the Dixie Bridge into the Ramey Park and then drove to the end of the park. And once there, as far as the vehicle could go, the driver jumped and bailed and took off on foot. About a minute's-long foot pursuit ensued until 27-year-old Benjamin Swagger of West Liberty was arrested. He was charged with several traffic violations, including as well charges of fleeing or evading police in the second degree, no registration, no insurance, driving on a DUI, suspended license. He was also found to have several outstanding or active warrants, at least 2 for him and his name out of Morgan County. And 61-year-old Timothy Rivers of Sitka, charged and jailed on attempted murder, wanton endangerment in the first degree, cultivating in marijuana, 5 plants or more. As the investigation continues, this goes back to Friday evening around 8 o'clock or so. Officer Owens with the Johnson County Sheriff's Department was dispatched to Rivers' home in reference to a man that had been shot by his father. Once they got there, they found an open door. Authorities also say that they learned that the victim who had sustained the gunshot wound had already been taken from the residence by a family member to the Paintsville ARH hospital. Authorities, meanwhile, found Timothy Rivers, spotting him through a window and making verbal commands for him to keep his hands where they could see him. He was taken into custody after being found sitting, smoking a marijuana pipe with a Winchester .30-30 laying in front of him. Deputies took him into custody, cleared the rest of the scene, finding several marijuana plants growing in one of the rooms, and after the entire scene was cleared and he was Mirandized, Rivers told authorities that his son Josh had come into the back room where he was sitting and started yelling and talking foul to him, we'll say, and he told his son to hush or he would hurt him, and that's when he said Josh continued to, so he, quote, shot the hell out of him. Rivers was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, where he still remains. Here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Another reminder, of course, the big Christmas parade and everything else that's going on is going to go on this coming Saturday in Saturday. I'll remind you, but going on now, tonight, and every night, 5 to 10, is Candy Cane Lane. I think everyone probably knows by now, so I might remind you one more time and throughout the holidays, but I think it's such a staple of the holidays that everyone knows. But kids, don't forget Santa's mailbox, and if you write him a letter, do not forget to put a return address on that letter. That's very important. You will not get a letter back from Santa if you don't. And if you do, well, you're probably going to get one. It's kind of how it works around Christmas and at Candy Cane Lane. And the calendar works just like this every weeknight. If you've got a special announcement or a birthday or anniversary you need to tell me about so I can tell everyone else, get it to me any way you can. You want them printed in the Sagersville Independent, send those to Heather. Her email is heather@sagersvilleindependent.com. Turning to funeral service announcements tonight from the Jones and Preston Funeral Home, 68-year-old William Walter Crislip Jr. of Boone's Camp passed away Thursday at St. Joe, survived by a son, a daughter, a bonus son, 10 grandkids, and 2 great-grandchildren. Funeral services will be held tomorrow at 2 from the Jones and Preston Funeral Home. Minnie Rose Patrick Howard, 89 of Sagersville, passed away Saturday over the weekend at Paintsville ARH. Born to the late Bryce and Martha Reisner Patrick, she survived by her sons Terry Lee and Gary Allen Howard, her daughters Diana Hensley and Charlotte Gale Hall, 4 grandkids and 6 great-grandchildren. Minnie Rose is preceded in death by her husband James M. Redbone Howard, 6 sisters and 6 brothers, and services in her honor will be held this Thursday at 1 o'clock from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. The family will welcome friends Wednesday evening from 6 until 9. And our beloved neighbor, Sarah Gardner Dunn, 82, of Sagersville, passed away Saturday. Sarah was the daughter of the late Julia May and Byron Richards Gardner. She survived by her husband of 63 years, Dean, Luther Dean Dunn. She's also survived by her daughters, Bridget Adams and Susan Begley and Lisa Graham, a brother, Ben Gardner, 11 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. In Sarah's memory, a gathering will be hosted to honor her life. And that will be held later on at a later date in the spring at her beloved home place, the Gardner Farm. We'll have more information on that celebration of life when those plans are made.
Appalachian Wireless has extended this sale through Christmas Eve. Save up to $850 off select devices. They're going to tech the halls with the latest and greatest devices with no activation fee and up to $850 off. Hop in your sleigh and go to your favorite Appalachian Wireless location or visit AppalachianWireless.com for complete details on getting up to $850 off the latest and greatest devices. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Terms and conditions apply. See AppalachianWireless.com for complete details.
It's one of Santa's favorite places to stop because he knows he can get something for everyone at the seasonal shop. From cute and cool festive tees and sweatshirts and gifts for all. From your favorites like Brewmate, like the Candleberry Company collection, sweet treats and the neat cups and mugs that they stay cozy in until they're gone. And with decorations that cover everything from cute to exquisite gingerbread houses, the willow tree signatures, the trees, the place setting, the personalized ornaments. And the 25 Days of Christmas is happening now every day until Christmas. Another brand or collection is 25% off. Look for the daily announcements on their Facebook page and look for great sales and a wonderful Christmas season at the seasonal shop. Shopping this holiday season just got easier and safer at Salyersville National Bank with Apple Pay and Google Pay available on your Salyersville National Bank debit card. So you can shop and pay from your phone or device wherever you are and have more time to do those special things this Christmas. And when you need more than online and digital banking services, both locations are here for you. The main bank Monday through Friday, 9 until 3, lobby and drive-through, and the branch bank open Monday from 9 until 5 and Saturdays 9 until noon. Merry Christmas from Salyersville National Bank. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
A reminder about Big Sandy Healthcare's mobile unit being in McGoffin County in Salyersville tomorrow. 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, the Women's Health Mobile Unit offering services such as prenatal visits, 4D ultrasound, labs, electronic fetal monitoring, postpartum visits, women exams, and family planning will be at the Community Center, the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. Complete obstetrical and gynecologic care coming to you tomorrow. To schedule an appointment early tomorrow, you can still do so, calling 263-6195. Otherwise, they will be at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. And now we're all in. All high school teams, boys and girls, are officially into the regular season. As over the weekend, everyone got at least one game in, and some are now 3 games going into the 4th of the still early season schedule. All right, let's see where to begin. Let's begin with the Hornets and the hometown crowd, where this past Thursday night, they came back with a win from Wolfe County, a road game, 80-74. To open up the 2023-2024 high school basketball season for McGoffin County. 1 win, 1 game. They, however, Friday, traveling to the DJ Begley Classic at Hazard, fell by 5 to a tough Perry County Central team. The boys are on the road tomorrow night at Ashland Blazer. They are next at home. Their first home game will be this Thursday, hosting Letcher County Central. The Lady Hornets are in action now after last week hosting Prestonsburg, coming up shy by 20, 49-69, as I told you late last week. But Friday hosting Greenup County, 23-31 final score, 0-2, but a long way to go. And in fact, they're on the road tonight at Valley. They are at Shelby Valley tonight. That game's set to tip off in just a few moments if you're catching the early show at 6:30. Their next home game, December the 14th for the Lady Hornets. Coach McKenzie and his Golden Eagles one game in, a loss to West Jessamine by 11, 55-66. Your final score on Saturday. They are at home, but they've got a few days. Not until this coming Saturday, be their game 2 of the season, hosting Shelby Valley. The boys, 7:30. And as we go on to Lady Golden Eagle action, 2 games in, 2 wins in, 82-21 over Jenkins on the 27th of November, their season opener, as I'd already told you. But they hosted Lawrence County last Thursday, 56-49. They've got 3 more home games in a row before they even hit the road for the first time. Their next home game is tomorrow night. They will be hosting Menifee County tomorrow. Tip-off set for, as is customary, 7:30 tomorrow night. Paintsville and the Tigers and Coach Landon Sloan, 1-1 right now. They had a win hosting Betsy Lane to open the season last week, and then on Saturday took on Floyd Central in the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame glory at Wheelwright, and a loss, 51-65 for the Tigers. They are hosting Morgan County tonight. Tip-off set for 7:30. Lady Tiger basketball as well underway as of Friday, 85-67. A home game against Floyd Central. They sent the ladies from Floyd Central back with an L. And the Lady Tigers are on the road tonight at Betsy Lane, looking for their second win. We've got a lot of basketball between now and the end of February, and it's going to be exciting for everyone. Turning to also another viewing area team, the Lawrence County Bulldogs. 3 games in for the boys from Lawrence, 67-63 over West Carter, a win, 76-63 a win over Dawson Bryant, but a loss on Saturday, 62-74 your final score versus Morgan County. The boys from Lawrence County are on the road tomorrow night at Portsmouth, Ohio, back at home later this week on Friday night, hosting Betsy Lane. And the Lady Bulldogs are also 3 games in, a win over Letcher Central and a win over Pike County Central on Friday. 67-47 that final score. They had a loss in the middle of those 2 to Johnson Central, and the Lady Bulldogs are at Morgan County tomorrow night. Tip-off set for 7:30. And for your first full week in December and the Sagersville Hometown Christmas Celebration and Parade this coming weekend, here's your Licking Valley 7-day. It is a 7-day with some ups and some downs and some sun and some showers and some clouds and some winds and some flakes. Not going to amount to anything, but we are in pretty decent position to see a few flurries before we see some warm air roll back in for your weekend. We've seen some light showers out there on and off throughout the past 24 hours or so, and tonight we'll see 31 degrees, cloudy skies, and patchy fog to wrap up the rest of your Monday. 31 degrees. We topped out around 51 earlier or so. Calm winds tonight. Clouds will be on the increase tomorrow. We'll see about 46 degrees, I think. Maybe that might be at best. Might be pushing it even. We'll see some fog in the morning, cloudy skies, a 60% chance of showers, a tenth maybe of an inch or less tomorrow, but a 100% chance of showers tomorrow night. Still not a major rain maker, maybe another tenth of an inch, and that's just it. But just kind of like today, we're guaranteed to see some moisture, but it's just not going to add up to much. Wednesday, however, lingering showers to the tune of 60% and possibly a few flakes early that morning, as we'll be down into the mid-30s, maybe low 30s for some. Rain and snow showers are also possible Wednesday later in the morning, but after we hit around 37 for daytime highs and only 37, we have a shot of seeing a few flakes on and off throughout the afternoon. Northwesterly winds 6 to 15 on average. Wednesday night, it's all dry and gone, partly cloudy and a low of 28, as you saw. Thursday was mostly sunny and 47. There's your Friday, mostly nice. 57 and mostly sunny and dry and nice and calm for your Friday. We have another system, however, and you can hear the hesitance in my voice, possibly, that rolls in, the timing of which we'll wait and see. Right now, it looks as though that Saturday will start off partly sunny, low 60s, and we have a 30% chance of showers on and off during the day. That night, we double that up to 60% chance of showers. We're just going to wait and see. It's too early to talk about this weekend's parade and everything right now. Temperatures are definitely going to be on par or in check for it. And hopefully those shower chances we pushed off into your Sunday. Definitely the bulk of any showers is going to be right now. Sundays, this system will give us temperatures down into the upper 40s, maybe the lowest of 50s Sunday. Breezy conditions, an 80% chance of showers on your Sunday. Monday, 51, 36, partly cloudy, and still a 60% shot of some lingering showers. That'll do it for tonight. Just getting started. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.